Welcome back to the Gridiron Drive. I'm Anthony Correnti, joined as always by my co-host Peter Traina with special guest, one Matt Hicks, the FF educator, rookie kingpin over at Rookie Big Board, rookie aficionado, here to kick off rookie mock draft season. It's the most wonderful time of the year. How are we feeling, fellas?
Feeling great, Matthew. Thanks for joining us. How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm glad we're doing 2 rounds here. I told Ant before we started, I was prepped to talk about 65 prospects, but we'll do 24.
24.
That's fine.
Yeah, to get prospects 25 through 65, Rookie Big Board, patreon.com/.
Yeah, the link will be in the episode description. Can I say that on your show?
Yeah, you can plug it. But if you're going to go to Matt's Patreon, hit subscribe on this YouTube channel before you go to Patreon. But do go to Patreon. Just, certain order.
We're spamming the Patreon with our content now.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Well, we're going to do a 2-round rookie mock draft. Matt, I didn't clarify with this beforehand, but the people's format, Superflex, tight end premium. Okay.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Went without saying. So 2 rounds, Superflex, tight end premium. As guest of the show, we have given Matt the 101. So, Matt, kick us off. Who's going 101 in this first rookie mock?
Who's going 101? I think in most leagues, Ashton Jent's going to go 101. So we'll play it chalk here. We'll go with the running back out of Boise State. Jent, absolute great vision. I love the way he navigates the field. Good lower body strength. He's really able to work in between the tackles, but he has the lateral agility. He's got good explosiveness through the first level of the field, flips a second gear, accelerates well downfield. Not the biggest pass-catching box score, but good hands, can be a reliable extension of the passing game. We're talking about somebody at the NFL level who absolutely can be in a lead back role. That's 200 to 225 touches realistically as a rookie. That's going to put him in running back 1 territory from a dynasty perspective. Expecting top 15, top 20 NFL draft capital. So we should get a first round running back off the board. And I think that although there's a very good argument to take a wide receiver here that I really like, the scarcity of the running back position is really driving up the perceived value here for Ashton Jent. So I'll take him off the board with the 101.
All fair and logical. No,
yeah, I think that makes sense with the running backs, man. I feel like if you had the good running backs this year, you won a bunch of leagues. If you had Henry, Saquon, just a couple of big names right there.
Yeah. Kamara, Montgomery for a little while.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, Pete, that puts you up at 102.
102. I think this is who Matt was talking about or alluding to with the wide receivers. I think I'm going to go Ted McMillan here.
Nice.
He would probably be my wide receiver 1 here. He's, elite at getting forced missed tackles. This is a guy who's pretty good at contested catches. There's a lot of chatter now about that. Like, is he just a smaller contested catch merchant? I don't care. I think he's going to get the draft capital you want from this position, and this is a wide receiver league.
No arguments here. Tedero McMillan, firmly wide receiver 1.
Come on, somebody do something crazy.
Well, I'm up at 103, and the Superflex Industrial Complex will. They're trying to force my hand to take a quarterback, but I just don't know. I will take a quarterback, though.
All right,
I will take a quarterback. I will take Cam Ward out of Miami. QB1, I think, both in real draft terms and fantasy terms, but you're going to get more from Cam Ward as a runner than you're going to get from the other guy who hasn't been drafted yet. We'll see where he goes in this draft. But Cam Ward's my pick at 103, and Matt put you back up at 104.
Yeah, 104 here. I think this is a tier break in terms of running back 1, wide receiver 1, quarterback 1. I think that's going to be your top tier. Although Cam is, I think, far and away the quarterback 1, I think it's an appropriate spot. He's probably going to go after the other 2 guys. So I think things open up a little bit here. And in a non-tight end premium format, there's a couple guys that I would take above him. But you know what? 104, tight end premium. I'm getting reckless here. Give me Tyler Warren.
I absolutely love it.
out of Penn State, absolute fantastic hands, comfortable contested catch guy, physical, works well over the middle of the field, very much a move tight end, good pass catching ability, can catch the ball in stride, turn up field, but can also put his hand in the ground, so you got a lot of Brock Bowers in him, not the prospect of Brock Bowers, but, certainly relative to this class, I think should go in a similar range that Bowers should have went last year. Folks will remember I was taking him 104 all over the place. And with Warren as well, tremendous versatility. If you aren't familiar, at Penn State, took snaps with his hand in the dirt, set in out wide, set in set. He was lined up as a running back at times. He would take direct snaps from the quarterback position. He, gentlemen, at one point snapped the ball from center, was eligible, ran downfield 50 yards, caught the touchdown pass. The absolute greatest play in college football ever. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. That was ridiculous. 104, Tyler Warren, all day, tight end premium formats.
I love it. I was going to say, don't you dare get through all this without giving Wildcat quarterback Tyler Warren some love.
It's just amazing, man.
He's incredible.
It doesn't feel forced either. Like, that's the wildest part. It does not feel forced.
No, not at all.
No, if you have a good tight end, especially in tight end premium, it's a game changer. And I always fade tight ends because I'm a jerk like that. But sometimes you just got to go and get the
like the thing about a young tight end, if a young tight end hits, their value skyrockets.
Yeah.
Right. Like Brock Bowers is Dynasty tight end 1, and that's not an overreaction, right? Trey McBride is Dynasty tight end 2.
Yeah, you literally cannot trade for them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
literally
cost prohibitive.
Do not try to trade for Brock Bowers. Like,
it's impossible.
It's not happening.
It's not possible. All right, Pete, you're up at 105.
All right. This is pretty easy for me. I think I'm going to take Omari Hampton.
Nice.
He's strong. He just hits the hole hard. Pause. 1,600 yards this year, 1,500 last year. He's got hands, almost 400 receiving yards this year. This is a guy who's going to make some waves on a team. And I think at 105, you could do a lot worse. He's, second in yards after contact this year at the draft out those running backs. It's the kind of guy I want on my team. That's all I got.
It's what I figured you were going to do. It's not what I was hoping you were going to do.
Sorry.
But
I love that blue, man. That Carolina blue is so good.
All right, I'm up at 106. It really does.
Be a coward. No, hold on. Don't be a coward.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it.
I was getting
I already texted you about it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Don't back.
I didn't even tell Pete about it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. I'm gonna take wide receiver 2 here. Okay, I'm gonna take the wide receiver 2. Emeka Egbuka is wide receiver 2. I've loved him. It faded for a minute. When we had shiny new toy Luther Burden kicking around. But Emeka Egbuka is the second best wide receiver in this class. Matt's going to poo-poo it. But I love him, man. I feel like we're going to do the thing all pre-draft process where we overthink Emeka Egbuka. You know who else we did that with? By we, I don't mean me. I didn't do this to him. Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's who we did it with all pre-draft process. Emeka Egbuka, good at football. Good wide receiver 2 in this class. He could do it all. Lock it in, 106. Matt, you're up at 107. Have fun with Luther Burden.
Yeah, I don't know how to follow that one up. So first off, I want to say, I like Emeka Egbuka. I think he's a great wide receiver. He's sure-handed. He works well underneath. He separates well. I just want us to let Emeka Egbuka be like a good low-end wide receiver too. Like, let's just take him in the early second round and let's get the proper value for him.
We simply refuse on this podcast, Matt. We simply refuse.
Simply refuse to get good value. Hey, couldn't be me, but everybody plays Dynasty different, and that's what makes the game special. All right. For me, I'm going to take the actual wide receiver 2 here, and that's Luther Burden out of Missouri. And listen, Ant, I understand. When, we get bored, you play Devy. We've known about Luther Burden for a while, right? You could forget how good guys are. And if you look at the box score this year with Luther Burden, you would be a little disappointed because he had a fantastic breakout sophomore campaign. And the Missouri offense overall took a big step back. Now, some people would say that's because Cody Schrader went to the NFL, but that person is literally just me. All right. So But when you flip on the Luther Burden tape, what you're going to see is the same really strong wide receiver. All right. He speeds up quickly off the line of scrimmage. He's got great acceleration ability, quick twitch athlete, good footwork, separates consistently through his routes. Burden does have some scheme versatility here. He played outside as a true freshman in the Mizzou offense, but actually slot is the X spot in the Eli Drinkowitz Missouri offense. So he moved inside to the slot for his sophomore and junior campaigns, and he tears it up, man. He's sure-handed. He wins in the short field. He wins in the deep field. I think Luther Burden is legitimately a guy that you can project. Obviously landing spot's going to dictate this a little bit, but 80 to 90 targets as a rookie, and you can put a pretty decent ADOT on that, right? Like, I think my yards per catch projection for Luther Burden probably going to be around 12.5. I like Emeka Egbuka a lot, but he's probably going to be around 10.5, right? Mm-hmm. He wins closer to the line of scrimmage. Burden shows more deep field versatility there, which is going to give him some more touchdown upside as well. There's some really juicy wide receiver landing spots in the middle of the first round where Luther Burden should be going. So this is somebody who I think we could be much more excited about post NFL draft than we will be going into the draft.
I do agree. And we joked, but I really like pre-draft. It's really like flip a coin for me between Burden and Egbuka. I do think Burden has more versatility to his game.
Yeah.
But I think I just want him to land in one of those spots that will use that versatility instead of going, okay, you play slot wide receiver for us now.
Yeah.
And like, he'll be fine at that. Like, that's not a knock on him. He'd still be fine at that. But to really, I think it was you I was texting with one time where I was like, man, Luther Burden is Percy Harvin. And like, that's how I want Luther Burden to get used. Like, a little bit of everything. And if he does, wheels up and then back to wide receiver too. But for now, the vibes, Egbuka. Okay. Pete, you're up with 108.
108. Guys, we are playing Superflex, right?
Future New York Giant.
Future New York Giant. Shedeur Sanders is coming off the board at 109. I hope he's not a future New York Giant, but actually, a report just came out that they had him on last year as a second-round quarterback. Listen, I mean, he's not like mobile or anything like that, so he's not really a dual-threat athlete, even though he's got like insane genes. You would hope that he would be athletic, but he's an accurate passer. I think he's probably going to start pretty early on. You'd imagine if he's getting top 10 draft capital. We're playing Superflex here. He's an accurate quarterback. Doesn't really have too many turnover-worthy plays. Could do a lot worse here at 109 in a Superflex league if you're in a quarterback-needy team. All right, what do you guys think?
Future.
I thought of a good comp for Shedeur Sanders the other day. Daniel Jones if he couldn't run.
Oh.
What do you guys think about that?
Pain.
It's hurtful.
No?
Yeah.
No?
Well, it holds the ball too long, yeah.
Yeah. Takes 15-yard sacks consistently.
Daniel Jones, if he couldn't run, is the most mean thing anybody's ever said about Shedeur Sanders.
Dion is striking this video right now.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
I mean, where's the line? Where's the line?
Not wrong. All right, I'm up at 109. I'm taking another Buckeye.
Wait, is this 110?
No, you skipped a pick, Pete.
Yeah. You really had 108. You said 109,
shite.
but we forgave you for it.
He never would have taken Sanders at 108.
Yeah, no, not 108.
Not 108. Bad value.
109.
109. I am going to take Travion Henderson.
Yeah, that's the right Buckeye.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth a lot about who I like more of them, and I've landed on, I think Quinshon Judkins has the higher floor, but Henderson's ceiling is just crazy. What an absolute game-breaking, like, home run type player. Hopefully he can stay healthy, but that's really the only question I have about Travion Henderson right now is, can he hold up the durability? He's got everything else. The speed and acceleration is like a legit difference-making trait. I think it's elite. So I'll take Henderson at 109, and Matt, that puts you up at 110.
Yeah, Henderson, good pick there. I think he's going to get much better draft capital than folks expect. I think the
so
NFL
too.
Teams are really going to like his physicality, his pass blocking ability, his vision. Really strong, well-rounded guy. This is wild. fellas, because whenever I do mock drafts on the rookie big board, I consistently get comments that I am letting Travis Hunter fall too far. But yet, I'm the one who's going to take him here. 110 feels like the appropriate level. He's 9th right now on the rookie big board. So actually, technically, I got value. In my rankings, he's 9th. And so, the approach to Travis Hunter here is I'm going into it with the idea that he is primarily going to play defensive back, and he's going to get some snaps at wide receiver. And when I define some snaps, right now, I'm going with 5 targets a game. 5 targets a game at wide receiver. That's going to get him probably 3 to 4 receptions a game. With his skill set, right, that's probably somewhere 50 yards a game. And, every other game or every 2 games, he's probably going to get a touchdown, right? Now, that's not exciting to me personally. That sounds terrifying. But I'm telling you, he's going to go even higher in drafts, right? Like, this is going to be low compared to ADP, and it's because his talent is so freakish, right? He's an excellent athlete. He's a ridiculous pass catcher. He extends so well. I mean, again, have you guys seen the Shedeur Sanders completion percentages? That's Travis Hunter, baby. That ability to extend for off-target passes, bring those balls in, contested catch ability. It's an excellent talent. But it sounds so simple. Guys, you got to remember at the end of the day, you need to be able to put up fantasy football points, right? And you need to be able to do it consistently, or you're never going to trust them to put them in your lineup, right? So unless you're playing in best ball, maybe you bump him up a spot or 2 in your rankings. But at 110, I think that's the appropriate value versus risk position here for Travis Hunter.
It feels right. Like, it's hard to take an earlier, and people will, but it's hard to take an earlier swing without having a clearly defined path to more, unless he came out tomorrow and said, I'm playing wide receiver, like that changes things, but I don't expect it. Like, I still think he's a defensive back. I still think with a sub package, like you said, where he plays, a handful of snaps, and agreed about maybe a small bump in best ball, but I feel like he'll be a player that I like Travis Hunter, but somebody else will probably be willing to take the risk more often or earlier than I am.
And at 110, you're a playoff team, right? So at least you could kind of afford that kind of risk.
Yeah. If he came out and said, I'm playing just wide receiver, I mean, he's going 102, 103.
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
So, that it's baked in. It's baked into this.
Yeah. All right, Pete, you're up at 111.
111. There's a couple of guys I like here. I think I'm going to go Quinshon Judkins here. He's the other running back from Ohio State. I think, like you said, Anthony, he's got a higher upside. I think a team's going to fall in love with him. He does a lot of things really well. He's not a perfect prospect, but at this is 110, right? Am I doing my math right now?
111.
111.
See, this is what we bring in, Matt. Yeah, no, I love him there. That's for me. I'm taking him there every day. I think he's going to get probably 2nd or 3rd round draft capital, and he's a good 1A, 1B kind of committee guy.
All right, so I'm up at 112, and I think I'm gonna. What, Matt? What?
No, nothing.
I think here I'm gonna take. Devin Neal.
Oh man!
Rookie big board, number 10 overall.
I had to take Devin Neal simply so Matt could not take him at 201.
I was so mad when I took Travis Hunter. I was like, I know.
Yeah,
I'm leaving it on a plate.
You're
here.
not
I was like,
Devin
maybe if
Neal.
Pete doesn't take Quinshon Judkins. Well,
you're not getting Devin Neal. If you've listened to Matt in the last couple of years, if you've listened to me on anything in the last couple of years, we love some Devin Neal.
Yeah, we love some Devin Neal.
We love some Devin Neal. Just
it's not a competition, but I like him more.
Yeah, probably so. But I was able to snipe you. Man, just a good running back. And I hate to say, like, oh, sometimes it's easy, but like, just go watch Devin Neal, man. Just a good player, good between the tackles, can win on the outside, can do all like the dirty stuff in the middle of the field too. Great footwork, great vision. Love Devin Neal, tough player. we got a running back heavy first round. It feels like we got running backs back, baby. Like
running back draft.
Yeah. All right. So round one was Ashton Jent, Tet McMillan, Cam Ward, Tyler Warren, Omari Hampton, Emeka Egbuka, Luther Burden, Shedeur Sanders, Travion Henderson, Travis Hunter, Quinshon Judkins, and Devin Neal. And Matt is up at 201.
Yeah, this is when things get fun. You can crack this thing wide open at this point. I think the most likely place to go here is to the Texas wide receiver room. And Matthew Golden has been rightfully gaining a lot of hype as of late. And I have a lot of Matthew Golden stashed in my Devy rosters, but I still think at the end of the day, Isaiah Bond is going to have a higher Superflex ADP than him. And I know we've got a little bit of the drops late in Isaiah Bond's tape. You don't really see it earlier in the season, but Bond is fast. He separates. He's going to go to Indianapolis. He's going to run in the 4.3s. Everyone's going to fall in love with him. He's a big play, explosive guy, a high ceiling, low floor prospect. But in the early second round, you know what? You could do worse than taking a big swing here. And if you hit on Isaiah Bond, you're getting a guy who's going to perform, consistently as a wide receiver 2 with wide receiver 1 upside.
Yeah, I don't hate it at all. It's not what I thought you were going to do. It was a great sell. You really sold it.
I played safe, huh?
I really thought you were going to go Matthew Golden, but you tricked us all at the last second. That is true about Bond, though. Like, the drops were not a thing in the beginning of the year.
It was, and it's one of these things where, we talk about all the time with like rookies too, like once they actually get to the NFL, like you overreact to island games.
Yeah.
And especially in college football where maybe 50 to 75% of your league doesn't watch every week. Right. People overreact to those CFP playoff games in the conference championship games.
Yeah. All right, Pete, you're up with 202.
202 here. I'm looking in a couple directions here. I think I'm going to stay at running back here. And I think I'm going to go with Cam Scatterbo here. I like his dual threat ability for fantasy purposes. I mean, if he's catching, 52 attempts, but he's captain 44 balls his rookie year. You got to love that. I mean, he's yards after contact. He's elite at that. Missing forced tackles, missed. I keep saying that wrong. Jesus. Yards per route run. He's measures well in all of those metrics. And, you got to score some points. And if he's catching those balls and running well, 5'11", 215, could do a lot worse there. He was their whole offense, basically.
I like it. I
wish I could back to Sam Levitt, but that's all right.
I wish I could remember who I saw comp Cam Scatterbo to James Conner, but I love that comp so much. I saw somebody post it on Twitter. Can't remember who it was. If you're listening or watching, I'm sorry to not properly credit you, but it's a terrific comp. I'm a fan of it.
Is Scatterbro a thing? Like, because it needs to be a thing if it's not.
like you're a Scatterbro?
Yeah, like that. I'm a Scatterbro guy,
I like it.
It is Scatterboo, just so you know.
Listen.
Don't want to ruin your marketing dreams.
What about Scatterbrew?
That's a move.
There's definitely Halloween, a beverage deal there.
Scatterboo.
Budweiser's calling him right now.
All right, I'm up at 203. I think I will take Colston Loveland. Yeah, that's like I'm not super excited about it, honestly, but it feels like okay value. I think Loveland's a fine pass catching tight end. I just don't think he has the same upside as Tyler Warren, but that's why Tyler Warren went 104 and Colston Loveland's going to go around later. But I do think he is a capable tight end at a position group dying for an influx of talent at the NFL level. So I like what Tyler Warren can do more, in terms of variety, in terms of being able to play in line, and you can be more multiple with him, where I think Colston Loveland, you're really just going to have to play him almost like a big slot. But, in the right scheme, maybe that guy gets peppered with targets and he is just a big slot. So I'll take Loveland at 203. And Matt, you're up at 204.
I don't want to be too presumptuous, fellas, but I don't think we're going to get to another tight end in this 2-round mock.
Harold Fannin slander.
I could be wrong, but before I make this pick, I just want to, especially in a tight end premium, it's a good year for tight ends in rounds 3 and 4, like Gunnar Helm, Mason Taylor, Terrence Ferguson. I really like out of Oregon, Harold Fannin out of Bowling Green, like you mentioned, and there's the Rondé Gadsden truthers out there as well. So we're probably not going back to the position, but I just wanted to give a quick shout out there.
I dig it.
I guess I teased him earlier, so I should go back to Matthew Golden. I'll take him off the board here. He's gaining a lot of momentum, so he might not even make it this far in rookie drafts. Golden, good possession wide receiver. He accelerates, decelerates very well. I like the way he gets through his routes. Good flexible hips. Late start to the season, faded off. Matthew Golden, I think he's a higher floor guy. I don't think he's a higher ceiling guy, right? So, but in the mid-second round, I think that's a perfectly, fine spot to be. Somebody who's probably going to perform, low end wide receiver 2, high end wide receiver 3. Not bad at all to add to your roster here.
Yep, agreed. All right, Pete, you're up at 205.
5 here. Are you sure it's not 207? No, I'm kidding. Jeez, what do we got left here? Who do I like? I think I'm gonna take Jalen Milroe. Why not? I think somebody's gonna fall in love with him. I think he's gonna get drafted. He might sneak into day 1, but if not, he's probably gonna be a day 2 priority for some team. And listen, dual threat guys, fantasy gold. If they hit, I think he's got some work to do. His passing game, but at that pick in the middle of the second round, if you need a quarterback, it's worth a dart throw there.
Yeah, I dig it. Tools for days. Just got to put it all together. Well, oh no. What's Jalen Milroe's stance on Mayo? In the coffee or no? All right. Hopefully not. Wasn't a good path for Will to take.
that should have tipped us off.
Should have tipped us off. Didn't you do something else weird, like ate a banana weird or something?
Yeah, with the peel, right?
Yeah, that's right. Peel on.
Straight for it.
Somebody arrest Will Levis. All right, I'm up at 206. I'm going to take Xavier Restrepo. I like that here.
Strong name.
Great name.
Strong player too.
Strong player. I love him after the catch. Once he gets the ball in his hands, I really think he can make some stuff happen. Mid-second round feels good right now. I wonder, we're getting into this area with the wide receivers where I wonder how it'll all really shake out, like pre-draft testing wise and stuff like that. Because I could see him holding firm anywhere right here. I could see people falling in love if he tests well and creeping up early round 1 or early round 2, late round 1. But I'll take Restrepo here in the middle of the second round. And Matt puts you up at 207.
Well, the forgotten running back here, fellas. It's a deep class. He's not getting any love. Trevor Etienne out of Georgia. Man, he's explosive off the snap. He's got good burst into the second level. For his size, I think he's got really nice lower body strength, good contact balance. I like the way he sees the field. Not a lot of love out there. Whenever I hype up Trevor Etienne, I always get pushback. But if you're just watching the tape, you see somebody who is really effective. He's a good extension of the passing game as well. Again, probably not going to get top 50 draft capital, but should go day 2 for sure. You put him in the right spot. He's a home run type hitter, and who knows? A year from now, he could be more valuable than his brother.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy at all. Pete, you're up at 208.
208. There's 2 guys I'm looking at. I think I'm going to go Dylan Samson here. He's got speed for days. I think if he gets the right draft capital and gets on the right team, he could be a smash buy. He had a great year this year. I just think he's kind of more, landing spot dependent than some of the other running backs. But Matt, this is your team, right? Tennessee?
Go Vols.
Yeah, go Vols.
Yeah.
I think in the right spot. I mean, he's not a bad player, but I think in the right spot he'll be like a different tier.
All right, I like it. 209 I'm up with. I feel a little torn here. Between like, what the internet probably wants to happen and like what I want to do here. But I think I'm just going to take the guy I want to take because this is America and I have free will.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to take Alec Iomanner. I am. I'm a fan. I think he moves well. Big guy. I know, a couple drops here and there, but I think he's got pretty strong hands. I think he's a solid player at this range. Like I don't, depending on draft capital, I'd feel a little more dicey taking him ahead of some of the other guys that we already took at wide out. But with the big names gone, I'll gamble here in the back half of round 2. And Matt, that puts you up at 210. We're in the home stretch here.
This is the worst pick because there are 2 guys that I really want to make sure get talked about in this mock draft. So I'm just gonna put some faith in you boys.
Okay,
that you're gonna get the second guy here.
I will let you down, Matt, for sure.
Fantastic. Pete's like, what mid quarterback can I talk about next?
You literally read my mind.
He's like, is this too early for Quinn Ewers?
Hey. Oh. It's a pro Quinn pod.
Okay, well, I know who's going next.
Yeah.
All right, Ant, I got faith in you at least. I'm gonna take Oregon running back Jordan James. I think James is a sneaky sleeper. Somebody who, if he's sitting here at 210, I'm taking him 10 out of 10 times in my rookie drafts. Twitchy runner, explosive, great burst off the line of scrimmage, carries that speed very well to the second level of the field, lateral agility. I think he can be an excellent pass catcher at the next level, good contact balance, good lower body strength, somebody who I don't think is going to be drafted into a lead back role, but could quickly earn that volume. So I could see Jordan James realistically at some point early on in his career being a 200 touch plus running back. And if I could get that type of guy late in the second round, that is going to be a screaming value.
Yeah, good call. I like that one. All right, Pete, you're up at 211. See if you take the guy that Matt's hoping you take.
Absolutely not. I'm definitely letting him down right now. And I am looking for a mid quarterback here. And I have found him. And I think this is actually a future New York Giant at the top of round 2. I'm going with Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart here. Guys, I don't know why we're not talking about this guy more. I think he's going to be a riser. Depth of target is great. Deep yards, 1st overall. Big time throw rate, 8th overall. I don't know, man. There's just something about this guy. I don't, he's not like some kind of elite runner, but he's threw for 4,300 yards this year, and we're just like not talking about him. That's what I'm going with. I'm sticking with the mid quarterbacks.
Go ahead. I was just going to make a Lane Kiffin joke.
And Pete, I promise this is not attacking you. I just want to give some context to the viewer. The Jackson Dart train has really been building, and I do think his analytical profile is strong. He's raw, man. Like, and Ant will know, we've been talking about Jackson Dart for a while. Like, I remember, and I was in on him early, but it was like, man, he's got the tools. If he could just develop, this will be great. And that was 3 years ago, right? Inconsistent mechanics. The footwork is rough. He does not feel pressure well. Despite the scheme really covering up a lot of it, I mean, he struggles with decision making, like locks into first reads, will force the ball into tight coverage at times. I think he's a day 3 guy, despite the fact that he does have some development there. So you exceeded my wildest expectations with that pick.
And like to your point, Matt, what you said, like we've been talking about him for a few years and like, if he could develop. In a way, it's like it's such a double-edged sword. Like he goes to Ole Miss and we get these big numbers, but like he really probably went to the worst place in terms of to see him develop.
Yeah, Lane does not care about.
He doesn't.
He's not trying to develop a pro quarterback, and so that's the argument, right? Is like he could develop. Like if a coach actually invests in him, but like Lane needs you to hit the first read and run his offense and throw the ball 45 times a game. Like, he does not need you to develop.
Lane does not have time to develop you. He is scrolling Twitter right now. He is chronically online.
He's flipping recruits.
Yeah. Lane only has so much time in the day, and we're scoring points and we're scrolling Twitter, baby. That's what we're doing. He's the most online coach there is. And
he
I love
is
it.
so online, dude.
It's chronically online. He can't help himself.
Put that on my gravestone. Scoring points, scrolling Twitter. Hell yeah.
All right, I'm up at 212. No pressure here. Just double checking real quick to see who we missed, who Matt wants to talk about. I feel like
it's pulling up the rookie big board right now.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like you don't want to talk about the guy that everybody else is going to be like, they didn't take him in the 2-round rookie mock.
Who did we forget?
Can I make a guess at who Matt wants here?
Yeah, go ahead. You guess before I make the pick.
Matt wants you to talk about Ollie Gordon.
No.
I know.
No.
I listened to your running back episode.
We are doing a 4-round mock. Yeah. Okay.
I think Matt wants to talk about. Is it a running back?
It's not a running back. No.
Okay. All right. Is it? It's a wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
Okay.
Jalen Royals.
Oh, so close. So close.
I am not going to take a wide receiver though.
All right.
Because this doesn't even feel that great, but I feel like honestly, like I gotta take him. I feel like we should take Caleb Johnson.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh my God, we're gonna get a lot of hate for that.
Yeah.
I forgot people like him. Yeah.
Yeah, people love him.
Yeah, some people really love him. I don't love him that much. I think this is a fine place to take him. I would, take him early round 3, like preferably. That's where I'd feel better about it. But I feel like if I don't get him in here, I could already see the comment like, oh, you didn't take Caleb Johnson in 2 rounds. Well, we took him 212. Okay. So there's your volume runner that you can hope lands behind a good offensive line. And if not, womp, womp. But yeah, I mean, if he lands in a place where there's nobody else in front of him and he gets the ball 20 times a game, and I think he'll be all right. Yeah.
That's it.
And a good O-line. And no other running back on the depth chart. No, I think
that's what people said about Dameon Pierce. Didn't work out for him either. So
yeah, you get that one time in the sun. So I'll take Caleb Johnson to close out round 2. Matt, who are you hoping that we could talk about? This is your honorable mention pick.
Jalen Noel, the wide receiver out of Iowa State. Excellent
I was definitely
release,
not getting that for you.
Great separator, consistent hands, can play inside out. Sharp footwork. I will say, I think he's probably going to have an ADP in the 3rd round. But I'm going to have a ton of exposure to Jalen Noel. I think he's locked into day 2. That's not consensus right now. Wild statement. It only takes one team. He could go top 50. I think he's super legit.
All right. I dig it. I should also say that while I took Caleb Johnson, in my heart, I was taking Kyle Monangai.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, there you go.
Just know that I took Caleb Johnson for the people, but I wanted to take Kyle Monangai. So
he's really big on YouTube. Like I watched like 3 rookie mocks, and he was like the 3rd or 4th pick.
Good player.
Like, yeah.
Good player.
I'm here for it. The pride of New Jersey.
Hey, forget about it.
How you doing? All right, that's it. 24 picks. If you need 150 other picks, Matt's got you covered. Matt, where can they find all the other picks?
Yeah, Rookie Big Board, YouTube, patreon.com/Rookie Big Board. 66 rookie profiles, including articles on each of the players, full tape breakdowns, dynasty rankings, Devy rankings, all the good stuff. Oh gosh, I can't even talk. I'm just so worked up about the Kyle Monangai talk. We got a Discord. It's fun. We help you win championships. Anthony's there.
It's the place to be. We're all there.
It is the place to be.
We're all there.
Having a great time. Matt, we appreciate you doing the first rookie mock of the season with us. And we will be back next week redrafting the 2024 NFL draft class, and we will talk to you guys then.
Keep the drive alive. Don't forget to like and subscribe.